In today's news, Health Minister expects East Well Guide to become a standard tool. Capital projects in all districts were earmarked from loan opposition questions. $5 million tied up in Bank of Asia collapse. Advisory committee wants land trust to protect local ownership. We have the details of this and much more coming right up.
As the winds start to whisper of approaching storms, it's time to safeguard your sanctuary.
Hey, have you checked your insurance policy lately?
Not recently, why?
It's very important to check your insurance policy before the hurricane season.
That's a good idea. I'll reach out to my provider and get some information.
Awesome. Come son, let's plan for emergencies together. We're gonna include your favorite comfort kit.
Thanks, Dad. That makes me feel safer.
We're packing extra medications and extra batteries for your hearing aid.
And by the way, don't forget my glasses.
Okay, Pops.
Alright, let me see. Okay.
Going on, dog?
What you saying? You good?
You got truck? How you on there doing?
I hear trimming some of the branches to make sure they don't cause a frig when the storm come.
Fair point. I gotta go clean out the gutter them down by me so nothing don't build up. You know how that could go sometimes.
Makes sense. That sounds good. We gotta be prepared.
Facts.
Sometimes we get off track, but that's okay.
Yo, thanks for chilling with the dog today, you know.
Man, anytime, you know I got you.
Yeah, but the place so damn hot now. And you know the old people them say when it's so hot, a storm somewhere out there coming.
Listen, I rebuke that in the name of great God of the universe, okay? Let me move these stuff so they don't cause a problem.
Alright, me and my neighbor window get knocked out at all, my son.
Remember, we're in this together. Reach out to your community, lend a hand, and shield each other from the storm's challenges. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Thursday, June 5th, 2025. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us, and a happy Thursday is wished to all. It is said that a nation's health is its wealth, and so the Ministry of Health says it continues to take steps to ensure that persons eat healthy to combat non-communicable diseases that plague the society. The ministry has launched what is being called the Virgin Islands Eat Well Guide and Dietary Guidelines. Minister for Health, the Honorable Vincent O. Wheatley, told the House of Assembly Tuesday, "It is no secret that chronic non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and heart disease continue to plague local communities." He says despite the ministry's persistent efforts, the territory is still losing too many family members, friends, and colleagues to conditions that are, for the most part, preventable through healthier lifestyle choices.
Today, Madam Speaker, I am proud to present to this Honorable House our latest tool in this important mission, the Virgin Islands Eat Well Guide and Dietary Guidelines. This initiative represents a transformational step forward in the ministry's ongoing efforts to promote better health outcomes for all our residents. The Eat Well Guide provides a comprehensive, evidence-based framework to combat chronic diseases by encouraging balanced nutrition and active living at every stage of life. Madam Speaker, this is more than just a guide. It is a roadmap to a healthier future. It equips our citizens with the tools and knowledge to make informed and nutritious choices every day. It reminds us that eating well is not about restrictions, but about empowerment and choosing foods that nourish both body and mind. Beyond individual health, this guide supports our national priorities of food security and sustainability. It promotes the consumption of locally grown produce and traditional foods, which are often more nutritious and help to support local producers, therefore benefiting both our economy and our well-being. Madam Speaker, the Eat Well Guide is also a strategic resource for public health professionals, educators, and policymakers. It supports the development of unified and targeted nutrition education and programs that enhance our collective response to the NCD epidemic.
The health minister says the guide is built around 5 main food groups.
Fruits and vegetables, rich in essential nutrients that are vital for disease prevention and immune function. 2. Starchy carbohydrates and grains, a key source of energy and fiber, especially whole grains. Animal protein and alternatives, important for muscle maintenance, including plant-based sources like legumes. Dairy and alternatives, crucial for bone health, providing calcium and protein. Fats and oils, necessary in moderation for brain function and hormone regulation, with an emphasis on healthy plant-based fats. As part of our implementation strategy, we expect that the Eat Well Guide will become the standard tool for nutrition education in schools, healthcare settings, community outreach, and professional training programs across the territory. We also encourage the public to embrace it and incorporate it into their daily lives. The team at the Ministry of Health and Social Development will collaborate with stakeholders to develop educational materials, health promotion initiatives, and social marketing campaigns that support the use of the guide. Looking ahead, we also aim to partner with food vendors to ensure that foods prepared for sale align with the standards outlined in the guide. To further support the adoption of these principles, the Ministry will also explore and bring forward to Cabinet for consideration the introduction of a protected essential food basket. This initiative aims to ensure that nutritious food items remain accessible and affordable, particularly for the most vulnerable, and to help create a supportive environment for long-term behavioral change.
In a recent sitting of the House of Assembly of the Virgin Islands, leader of the opposition and 6th District Representative, the Honorable Myron V. Wallen, questioned the leader of government business, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, Minister for Finance, on how much of the $100 million loan guarantee has been used.
Question number 3. Madam Speaker, could the Premier and Minister of Finance please tell this Honourable House whether his government has already accessed the $100 million loan facility, and if it has, could he state how much of those funds have been drawn down? A. B. Could he provide a comprehensive plan in writing for the use of the entire loan facility with timelines for completion of each project? C. Could he list out the projects by district? And D. Could he state what method was used to decide which projects were priority, and with whom did he consult, if anyone, to come up with that determination? And if you could answer the questions in that order rather than in one swoop, I'll be grateful, Madam Speaker.
In response, Premier Wheatley answered yes, highlighting that the funds have been accessed. He then sought to bring clarity, while unable to answer in full detail due to some information not having been submitted and received from the Ministry of Finance.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, I thank the Leader of the Opposition for his question. Madam Speaker, the answer is yes. The government has already accessed a $100 million loan facility. Madam Speaker, when the $100 million loan facility was signed on the 31st October 2024 with the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, a disbursement of $10 million was made to the government. Madam Speaker, a prerequisite to obtaining a loan was the development of a comprehensive plan, which included the intended infrastructure projects to be funded by the loan facility and proposed cost plan with estimated amounts and timelines for completion of each project. Madam Speaker, this is aligned with the time period for full disbursement of the loan. The plan was incorporated into the 2025 budget estimates with forward years. Madam Speaker, as a point of information, 2 projects that were identified under the loan agreement had to be removed from the plan, as they are in fact recurrent expenditures and were therefore funded in the budget through local recurrent funds. These projects include Joe's Hill Manor Housing Program and removal of derelict boats throughout the territory. The allocation of these funds will be identified at a later stage. Madam Speaker, a total of $30.02 million was originally projected to be spent in 2025. However, this was later adjusted to $29.02 with the removal of the two aforementioned projects and adjustment to the allocations for Elmer Stout High School redevelopment and construction of our National Detention Center. A total of $52.02 million and $13.38 million were allocated in 2026 and 2027, respectively.
Premier Wheatley then highlighted the various districts and projects that have been earmarked, highlighting that all districts will benefit from the loan guarantee.
Madam Speaker, I should say the Ministry of Finance was not able to provide me with, at the time when these questions were to be answered, a comprehensive list of the projects with the timelines for completion. And I'll have to provide that subsequently, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the project list. Madam Speaker, projects earmarked to be funded by the loans by district as follows. In District 2, the National Sewage Program in King Garden Bay. In District 4, the ESHS redevelopment and the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital Improvement Plan, Ralph T. O'Neill Administration Complex, and the Road Town Improvement Plan. Madam Speaker, in District 7, funds have been allocated focused on the construction of social housing at Long Look, or the Alms House, and the National Sewage Program for both the 7th and 8th districts. Additionally, in District 8, focus will be on development projects at the Terence B. Leadsom International Airport. All districts will benefit from the projects, water network improvements, and the reconstruction and improvement of primary roads on Tortola, Virgin Gorda, and Jos Van Dyke. Madam Speaker, the project list was initially developed based on critical projects identified in the Recovery to Development Plan that had not been addressed over the years due to a lack of funding. Thereafter, finalization of the list was determined through consultation with the ministries responsible for the respective portfolios, inclusive of the responsible ministers, and in response to the needs of the public. These projects are ones that would create national impact, improve safety, and at the same time promote a thriving socio-economic environment. Madam Speaker, I acknowledge that all projects initially identified from the Recovery to Development Plan could not be accommodated, and those remain candidates for future funding considerations. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. The Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, has stated that he would leave it to the regulators to decide what would become of the $5 million of the people's money in the Bank of Asia, BVI Limited, which is now gone into liquidation. The Premier was at the time responding to a question from Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, in the House of Assembly. Dr. Wheatley made it clear that the Financial Services Commission and Virgin Islands Deposit Insurance have the responsibility for regulating of financial institutions, and they would make that determination.
Madam Speaker, I'll be very careful how I answer the question. Of course, in the Virgin Islands, we have a strong confidence in our regulators, the Financial Services Commission, and now the Virgin Islands Deposit Insurance Corporation. They are the ones who have the responsibility for the supervision of these financial institutions. Of course, the Accountant General has a policy, or the government has a policy that the Accountant General acts on in terms of support for different banks in the territory, and the deposits are spread across all the banks in the territory. But of course, once, I was advised of the situation with the Bank of Asia, consulted, of course. I was informed of what the actions would be, but these are actions exclusive for the regulator. And it's not for me to take any action, so to speak. And they have legislation which informs what should take place when a bank becomes insolvent, Madam Speaker. And I'll leave it at that.
However, Walwyn was not satisfied with that response from the Premier.
I didn't get the full response. I just want a little clarity. Premier, if you could just answer me very quickly. Based on the Virgin Islands Insurance Deposit Corporation and the payout scales that they have, of that $5 million, how much of the people's money of that $5 million you think the government will be able to redeem based on the provisions of the bank?
Well, Honorable, that's really a third question. That doesn't seem like clarity to me.
It was tied into the first question. He didn't answer it. So I kind of just give some additional information in case he just didn't understand the question initially.
Madam Speaker, it wouldn't be responsible for me to go into that. I will allow the liquidator and the Virgin Islands Deposit Insurance to do their work. And in that process, it will be determined who will get what.
Up next, factors such as mechanical issues, cancellations listed as cruise numbers down. These and more stories coming right up.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer in line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must stop cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back, everyone. The Anegada Lands Advisory Committee is advocating for the establishment of a body corporate for Anegada and Salt Island aimed at restoring land control to the descendants of these ancestral islands. In his 2024 report, Committee Chairman Darrell Ruan Jr. said this move would be transformative, giving legal, financial, and administrative autonomy to local communities. He stressed that Anegadians and Salt Islanders have long been excluded from decisions about inherited lands. A key part of the proposal is creating an ancestral land trust, which would shield land from political interference and foreign exploitation, require community consent for any sales or leases, legally protect ancestral land claims, and provide a fair system for resolving disputes and validating claims. Ruan emphasized Anegadians' importance, noting it holds the largest share of Crown lands in the Virgin Islands, making this initiative urgent for equity, justice, and sustainable development. He further proposed that the chairpersons of the Anegada and Salt Island committees be granted seats with voting power on the Crown Lands Advisory Board. This, he said, would ensure their communities have a direct say in land-related decisions. During a recent sitting of the House of Assembly of the Virgin Islands, Leader of the Opposition and 6th District Representative questioned Premier Wheatley and Tourism Minister on the factors contributing to the low cruise ship arrivals within the first quarter of this year.
Madam Speaker, the Premier and Minister of Tourism recently stated that cruise ship arrivals were down for the first quarter of this year. Could he state why this was the case, A? State what are his government plans to address this, and C, could he state what method is currently being used in his calculation of cruise passenger arrivals whether it is based on the actual ship capacity or based on the number of passengers that actually come off the ship in the Virgin Islands? If you could answer in that order, I would appreciate it.
The Premier provided a history of the cruise ship numbers, providing a comparison over the most recent years.
Madam Speaker, I thank the Leader of the Opposition for his question. Madam Speaker, firstly, it is important to note that the decrease from 2024 to 2025 was negligible. In 2024, we had the highest first quarter numbers in the history of the territory, 393,614 cruise passengers. In 2025, we had the second highest first quarter in history, with 383,776 cruise passengers, a difference of 9,838 cruise passengers. To put this in context, I will list the first quarters of the last 5 normal years, excluding the COVID and or Maria years. Cruise arrivals for the first quarter of 2023 were 299,036. 2019 was 276,755. 2017 was 280,909. And 2016 was 295,934. And 2015 was 210,717. Therefore, it is clear that even though cruise arrivals fell by 9,838 passengers, this is still 84,740 passengers more than the year with the next highest arrival numbers.
Additionally, Premier Whitley provided reasons that contributed to the low numbers and noted that the BVI is not the only country affected.
Approximate reasons for the decline may rest with the ebb and flow of bookings by cruise clients to travel on cruise lines. Moreover, some cruise lines may also make strategic decisions to vary their schedules for different reasons, such as guest demand, mechanical and other operational factors. Sometimes those decisions will affect certain destinations, and the Virgin Islands will not be the only country affected.
Up next, Unite for Good to guide 2025-2026 Rotary Year. Says District and 11 inmates graduate from 6-week reintegration program. Coming right up after a quick commercial break.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Orange alert! Orange alert! Fire is spreading across the BVI. The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. On May 2nd, 2025, members of the Rotary Clubs of the BVI attended the 51st Annual District PELS Assembly and Conference 2025. Now, the networking and training began in Florida with a cultural activity in Miami where delegates represented their country's cultural diversity. This saw Rotarians from all across the District 7020, along with an impressive number of Rotaractors boarding Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas, where the business of Rotary was conducted. In addition, the BVI clubs showcased some of their humanitarian efforts and services, including the hand wash project in Haiti. donating medical supplies and equipment to the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital, refurbishing the Paraquita Bay Boardwalk, planting peace bowls, supporting the Peace Initiative at the Elmo Stout High School, cleaning beaches and beautification, as well as providing water tanks and coolers at schools across the BVI. Now, starting and maintaining backyard gardens as well as recycling programs at schools, starting Interact and Early Act clubs at schools, cleaning beaches and replanting mangroves, reading programs at schools, scholarships, food supply, financial and other support for those in need. That's just to name a few. Now, Rotary contributes significantly to the overall effectiveness of the public by filling gaps, supporting government agencies, and various environmental and educational projects. All 4 clubs, Rotary Club of Tortola, Rotary Club of Roetown, Rotary Club Sunrise of Roetown, and Rotary Club of Central Tortola, received prestigious Diamond Awards from the district for their outstanding work that has been ongoing and continues to do both locally as well as abroad during the Rotary year 2024-2025. PAG Elvis Juggy Harrigan of the BVI is in line to succession and is set to become the district governor in 2027-2028. BVI presidents for the 2025-2026 year will be Rotary Club of Tortola, Rotarian Violet Gall, Rotary Club of Roetown, Rotarian June Samuel, Rotary Club Sunrise of Roetown, Ron Grant, and Rotary Club Central of Tortola, Miss Zoe Walcott. Rotary's international theme for the year 2025 is Unite for Good. Rotary District 7020 includes 83 Rotary clubs in 10 different countries or territories, and worldwide has membership of over 1.4 million individuals. 11 inmates at His Majesty's Prison have completed a 6-week life skills course designed to support their reintegration into society. The program, held from March to May, covered key topics including financial management, family relationships, spiritual wholeness, and mental health awareness. The initiative, launched in 2024 by the Correctional Fellowship Ministry of the New Life Baptist Church, continues to expand through partnerships with community stakeholders, facilitators, including experts from the Republic Bank BVI, BVI Health Services Authority, Pastor Jovan Klein, Mrs. Norma Chalwell, Apostle Colonel Foy, and others who volunteered their time as well as expertise. Now, Deputy Superintendent of Prisons Raymond Grant praised the collaboration between the prison, faith-based organizations, and the wider community. Government resources alone aren't enough. We rely on dedicated partners to help transform lives, he said. Grant also highlighted recent improvements at the facility, including the addition of a teacher and counselor and the rollout of new educational and rehabilitation programs aimed at holistic inmate development. Congratulations to the 11 inmates on their successful completion and graduation of the program. That is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284 Media and like us on Facebook at 284 Media and 284 BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a safe and enjoyable evening. I'll see you again tomorrow. Happy Thursday. Goodbye.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun to people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.